Good morning, everyone. So this last video was super unexpected. I uploaded the first video of my new 86 and within 2 weeks it got over 40,000 views, which blew my mind. So I received so many feedback and so many positive comments about the video, about the car and my project. So that was really nice. Thank you so much. And I got a message. You guys want to have 86 content? You will get 86 content. Now, the problem I have right now is I'm actually not in Japan. I'm on a business trip. So my workplace sent me away for 2 months. So I don't have much to show you right now. All I have on my notebook is some footage where I had a closer look at the 86, inspecting for rust and the condition. So that's what you'll get today. It's gonna be super boring, to be honest. It's probably only suitable for real 86 nerds. Sorry about that. But if you're an 86 nerd, then please enjoy. If the car would be in better condition, I would probably respray the wiper arms. But with this car, I'm just gonna keep the rusty look because it somehow fits the car. You know, on first glance it looks nice, but it has been actually resprayed, and if you look closely, you can see what a poor paint job they have done. See what I mean? When they resprayed this car, they didn't really bother to remove any parts, nor window trims or anything. They just taped everything over and resprayed it like that. Down here you can start seeing the exhaust muffler. This Hachiroku actually has a complete apexy exhaust system from the manifold all the way to the muffler. However, because it's leaking, I'm gonna replace the entire exhaust. Here around the trunk area, things look really bad. On every corner of the trunk, you have rust holes. Welding will be necessary. And to do that, I have to remove the rear window, the rubber seal, so that I can access this metal properly. And especially this corner on the right just is a complete disaster. I think fabricating the metal pieces to weld in there are gonna be a really, really challenging job. The inside of the trunk doesn't look much better. You can see where over all the years the water has rained into the car and has collected in the rocker panels, in the pockets, in the area where the spare wheel is located, and so much metal has been transformed into these rust flakes here. This crumbling sound is not what you want to hear as an 86 owner. For the trunk lid, it has also many rust holes, and one hole is directly underneath the lock. So it's quite funny. When I put the key in, you can see how the lock is turning, and it doesn't work. The lock is locked up. If I try to close the trunk, you can hear all the rust flakes falling down and raining into the trunk. Yeah, enough of this disaster, let's look at something else. Woohoo! The interior. Honestly, it's also in pretty bad condition. At first glance, it looks nice because it's more or less complete, but the closer you look, you see that every part is either cracked, has been cut at some point, or has sun damage. So, yeah, not great, but I'm fine with that, really. I don't mind. I didn't buy this car to be the most perfect, prettiest AE86.
Yeah, there's more rust waiting for me there where the cage is screwed onto the body. Usually the cars that I've bought, there's usually something interesting to find, but this 86 looks rather boring. There's only some, I have no idea what it is, but yeah, nothing special in here. This flare is pretty cool. This seems to be the original flare of the 86. It was like from 1984 or something. The conclusion is this car is not great, but for the price I paid, I really don't mind. Really, I'm just gonna make this car up to be able to drive it around. It's gonna be a fun car to drive. It's not gonna be pretty, but there's so many other pretty 86s. So maybe having this red look or used car look is something new. And this bonnet is such a disaster. Like initially I thought I'm gonna replace it, but I'm just gonna keep it because it's so rusty and no one else has such a rusty bonnet. It will be somehow very special in its own way. This rotating grille is like very special to the GT Apex model, so this must be likely still the original grille, but the thermostat and the water hoses are missing, so it doesn't work anymore. I'm thinking of putting like an electric motor in it, like a vertical motor with a little rod that can be used to open or close the grille using a switch or something. The front radiator support definitely needs replacement. So this manifold is a apexy manifold, but yeah, because it has this broken flex pipe, I think I'm just gonna replace it. For the other tuning parts in the engine bay, like the airbox or the strut bar, I think I'm gonna keep them. They have like this slight OEM Plus look, and I somehow like this. It fits this car very nicely. So you probably can't see this very clearly, but the inside of the engine looks pretty good. I think there's nothing to worry about. I think with this 86, the main problem is the main body with all the rust everywhere and welding needed. But besides that, I think with a bit of basic maintenance, this car is good to go. And at least I think that's pretty good, like the rocker panels and the rear wheel arches, the bottom side of the doors. There's a little bit of rust here and there, but nothing serious. This is definitely not going to be a problem at Sharkin and doesn't require much welding. This is the front fender on the right side. There are a few small rust holes, but it's just the front fender. It could be replaced if I wanted to, but I think I'm just going to leave it like that. Put some oil on it to stop it from spreading any further, and then just going to leave it like this.
So what's next? Obviously this 86 has tons of rust and a lot of welding is needed. However, I'm in Japan, I don't even have a welder here, not even a small workshop. I bought a workbench, but it's still waiting to be assembled. So there is a lot of things that I need to do first. Skill-wise, I think it's not a problem. I have restored several old Nissan Sunny cars back in Germany, so I know how to weld, I know the metalwork skills. But it's just that here in Japan, I don't have the environment to do that yet. However, I'm gonna change this. I bought a welder, but my house, for example, doesn't even have a power outlet for 200 volts. So I need to figure out a solution for that as well. Also haven't figured out yet how to get like welding gas, how to get large sheets of metal. Anyway, on all this process, I'm gonna keep recording. You guys will be watching, you will see the updates of my 86, my workshop, and getting started with welding. So please enjoy, keep watching, and thanks for coming back.